Tonight, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Bradshaw flushed out right. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And, Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one because, to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for
Johnson on its poke free. Football is held. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So here are the Browns now with great starting field position. And they're led out by their quarterback, the former Baylor Bear. It's RG3.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Griffin. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Griffin looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers there for Brown from a week ago. 16 carries, 73 yards.
And a rushing title's definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. To throw is RG3. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Big completion there on 3rd and short, keeps their opening drive alive.
Not only alive, but plenty of possibilities now. 1st and goal, and you know me, I'm a big advocate. If you're going to throw the ball, throw it early in the down and distance count.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Griffin. And oh my goodness, what a catch at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd and goal, here's Griffin. That escapes the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Gano's kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Bradshaw. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
On 1st down, Bradshaw escaping the pressure right. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he powers his way up past the 30.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Back to throw. Bradshaw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they're certainly playing their best football of the year.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Here's Griffin to throw. He'll look underneath and finds Brown. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
One of my teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He said, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Griffin. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On 1st down, it's Brown. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. These two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10. And it was the visiting Browns who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in Cleveland. From the 35 on 2nd down, Griffin complete to Newsom. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Griffin's throw into the hands of Hooper. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now a first carry for their fullback. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you 1st downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up 1st downs.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. Griffin. And that's going to be caught from Browns. Touchdown. Gabriel Davis, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Extra point try, good by Gano. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. First down now, but that clock rolling. Off the play fake. Bradshaw rolling to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on first down. Bradshaw eluding the pressure right. He's now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this is picked up by the Browns. Taken across midfield and down to the 45. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. They go play action. Griffin. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On third down, Griffin. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Here's Griffin. On the slant, he's got Davis. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Now it's Griffin. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
A first and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. 7 yards to pick up there. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
On 1st and 10, Bradshaw. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bradshaw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Looking to throw. Bradshaw. He'll get this to Ward. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the ground with a tight end. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 42 yards out. Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Deshaun Watson, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Jalen Darden, a touchdown catch in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway from the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Robert Griffin III now gears up to lead this offense again. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The fullback comes through with a big play there.
I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Play action. It's Griffin. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers. And they went after that one and took it all the way.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. From the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Another opportunity now for the Browns offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Space to run past the 20. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On the give, this is their fullback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Out of the gun, Griffin. This is going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Again, they'll run with Bettis, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Well, good job shifting right, finding his target. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 31. A run. Right side, it's Bettis. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Stewart, flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. And we're back now here in Cleveland. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Bettis going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Bettis again, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13, and able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On first down, Griffin. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 44, Griffin. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Griffin. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. They could get it done, but guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. The intended target there was Gabriel Davis, but it's going to be 2nd down. Now Griffin. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
3rd and 2. Now Griffin. Going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Griffin on 4th down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
A first throw now for the backup Roethlisberger. And hauled in by the tight end Miller. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will get the 1st down as he's up to the 20-yard line.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And this is going to be a Steelers 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Second and 8 coming up.
Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Browns drive about to get started. Now Griffin. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Griffin. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Griffin. And he's going to be taken down. RG3 couldn't get away, and that'll be a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation, because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
Johnson on the return.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Roethlisberger going to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. They'll roll him out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Yeah, he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger escaping the pressure right. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Roethlisberger will throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
So for Pittsburgh, the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story as they move to 9-5 on the year.
And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Browns, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's a special Christmas Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. From the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here are the Steelers making their way out, and with their longtime starter, Ben Roethlisberger, leading the way.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better. I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
This is Harris. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. Texans taking over offensively, and it is, of course, Deshaun Watson who leads them out at quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. It's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
6 yards left on second down.
They'll try the left side. It's Craig. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Able to fight through 1 tackle. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Faking the give. Now Watson. He's got Mason complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Now, this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Rodgers' numbers would be larger. But remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. A graduate of the Naval Academy. And back then, you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
From the red zone now, Watson. Slant to Adams. Touchdown, Texans. Devontae Adams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
These two teams all tied after 1. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. This is Harris. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as good running gets him to about the 44. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 41 yards rushing for him now. And he's only carried the ball 4 times. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. J.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Boswell's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. The bow tie out with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it's Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Craig. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Craig.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Watson's throw complete there to Johnson.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
Nope.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run. Here's Harris. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
2nd and 8.
Roethlisberger. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guy.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. These guys will take a 10-point lead. So their drive, 4 plays. And ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Dancing to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Craig. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, it's Watson. He finds his man complete. That's Craig. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw, Watson. He finds his man complete. It's Craig. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 30 on second down, Watson. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. To the air yet again, Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in this last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. Open man. That's the tight end, Freiermuth.
So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you at home as we take you around the NFL on this 25th day of December. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, where you see the final score there. Jamar Chase, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, we head up to Wisconsin to check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And that one's at halftime with the visiting Lions out on top. Geronimo Allison, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Robert Griffin III, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. In the game you've been watching, it was Ben Roethlisberger who led the way offensively in the first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. For the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They'll run on first down. Craig, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They'll try the left side. It's Craig, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
From the 39, Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That will go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Daniels. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. He gets this to the former Aztec, Kahale Waring. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Now Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Daniels.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now left side on the swing pass. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Now Green, staying on the ground. Let's hope he's all right. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Hopkins. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Watson looks to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Watson. Flushed out right. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Deep in the red zone, seemed like they had their mind made up that was 4-down territory, and now they've got it inside the 5.
I like the way you looked at that because you're thinking just like a play caller and a head coach who gave the play caller that authority. It was 4-down territory. They went for it, picked it up. They didn't get the touchdown, but what a great consolation prize. A new set of downs and another shot at the end zone.
2nd down and goal. Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steelers ready for their next possession. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
78 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's in. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he will find his man on the outside. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. And this is caught, pulled in by Clark. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Ben. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to work his way down to the 16. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Ben. Flush to his right. And Roethlisberger sliding to a stop, but he does have the 1st down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Second and goal from the 1. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Boswell for the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
One last throw here for Watson. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. And he's into the end zone. Unbelievable. A defensive collapse on the final play. And Charles, they can tie it with a PAT.
I cannot believe that. Brandon, we've seen this many times before. They've got the momentum. They just scored. Go for 2 and end this thing now.
Now for the all-critical extra point. And he's got it. No problems there. The extra point up and good, and we are headed to overtime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots with 2 weeks to go. But, you know, there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And, Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So, in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
First throw in overtime now for Roethlisberger. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Now on 2nd and 13. Roethlisberger. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They give it off here to the tight end. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Roethlisberger's throw into the hands of Swan. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Right back to him on first down. 115 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Now the timeout comes here. And the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the timeout comes here. And the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And this one is no good. He missed it. And that changes everything here in OT. So into overtime and all the way to the end of overtime, they have a chance to win it. Couldn't convert on the field goal, and we end in the very rare tie.
Don't see it very often. We did discuss it as we began overtime that because it's a regular season game, we're going to play that last quarter. And if no one scores or however, if it finishes in a tie, that's it. But boy, how bad do you feel for him? The opportunity to win it with a field goal at the end, and it doesn't go through the pipes.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.